What's up, all my nerd friends out there? This is Mr. Chili here, and we got to talk about some My Hero Academia chapter 424. And yeah, we're getting to the end game of My Hero Academia now. The epilogues, I guess, I don't know how many chapters we're going to get. To be honest, I thought this would be the end, but we're not. There's a lot of things to go over. If it is the end, it's a shitty ending of any manga series, but it's not. There's a lot more things to go talk about. But let's talk about this chapter right here. This chapter, basically the war is over, everyone's in the hospital. It talked about Baku, it actually talked about the country, the US, United States. Everyone's the clouds, everything's all sunshine and roses. The war is over, peace and happiness. Everyone, all the other heroes from all the countries come and go help Japan because they're sitting on the ass all scared and waiting, like, we gotta wait and see what happens, gotta wait and see what happens. Except for going in, helping out. The only one that put some effort was the United States. They lost Star Stripes because of that, and some of the Jetfires stood over there to help out as well. So, like, all the other countries still stood by. It sucks. They didn't chip in to help out. They probably could have helped out big time, but now they're all scared. I understand, whatever. But yeah, they're helping out now, cleaning up, rebuilding the homes, blah blah blah. But some things we learned after the war right now with some of our main characters. Baco looks like he's gonna be bed resting well. He's not gonna be 100% the same anymore. I guess his arm got too damaged. He could have got kind of like robotic parts and all that stuff. Kind of like how Morko. Remember, she has like prosthetic arms and legs and all that stuff. She lost it in the battle. Um, Baku could have had that same thing, but he decided because his powers come from his hands, he's gonna just rehab, go through long healing. He's gonna be in the hospital while trying to get his left arm back in working shape. That's cool. Okay, he's banged up and everything. Deku looks like Deku for his plan, trying to get Shigaraki back to his side. No, convince him, get inside his mind, trying to be a good person and all that stuff, trying to change him. That didn't work. He still wanted to be the villain, the League of Villains, be the head of the League of Villains and all that stuff. Gave almost all his powers, all the one for all quirk, all to Shigaraki. And looks like when Deku and All Might were talking, they're both in the same hospital, messed up and everything. That Deku, he's kind of like basically like All Might. Remember that when All Might when he fought All for One, he basically went all at it and like launched all his powers, all his fists. Basically, like, yeah, literally same thing. He did one punch on All for One during the fight, and same thing. Deku, that one punch, boom, gave all his one, gave all the ember. He say he has like a little bit fire left. The same thing. All Might has like a little bit ember left. He's not the same. But we know Deku's gonna get his power back somehow, some way. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll see. That'll be interesting. Like me just telling the story. Like it went. Like he's the one telling the story. With the first episode, the first chapter of this whole series, My Hero Academia, we see Deku telling the story how he became the greatest hero of all time. Maybe the message is he became the greatest hero because what he's meaning, he stand for, and everything. Everyone looks up to him like, oh my god, you were quirkless, you had no powers, and you got powers, and everyone like wants to follow you now. Even All Might was talking about that. Like he looked up to Deku now. He looks up to Baku. They're both changing, and maybe that's how. But I think somehow Deku is gonna get more power. Let's get his powers back. Maybe we'll see. Even the kind of teaser here, it was a little hard for a moment. It was kind of it was tiered. I didn't get me, but it was a little hard for a moment. That when Baku came in and heard Deku that his powers are gone, like he can't use his power. All his powers is gone because Baku and Deku see Baku was a little bit jealous that Deku got the powers from All Might. They both looked up to the same heroes, and that he was always compete with him to be the number one hero. And then he lost. Now he hears that Deku lost his powers, and he's back being quirkless, and kind of brought Baku back being like, I was that bully, and it was messed up. Like he was tearing out his eyes, and it sucks because he hears that his best friend lost his powers, and kind of brought back all that torment he did to him because he was quirkless, and like he teased him and picked on him, and he felt guilty. Like guilt rushed back into him, and he thought like all that was gone, but it was still inside him, that guilt, and that he couldn't be his rival no more. He felt sorry for Deku. He bawled out right in front of him and let it all out. It was kind of tearful. Like Baku did definitely I'd say he's one of the most characters in this whole story that I liked a lot of all the heroes. Like the heroes wise, like I'm a big League of Villain. League of Villains my killer, but he's the biggest character development. Like he changed. He felt guilty what he did. He had like a lot of demons inside of him, like a lot inside of him that he kept. Like he was just an angry kid a lot, like angry, wanted to fight and everything and all that stuff. But he hid it a lot inside of him, like guilt and jealousy and all this stuff, and he let it out. And like he changed so much since the beginning of My Hero Academia. So I love character development, like so much character development. And he did. Bakugo character development in this story was amazing, awesome. That's one thing I liked about the heroes. Like I'm not a big fan of all the heroes in here, like even the students. Like there was no big character development. Like Deku's still Deku in a way. His powers changed a lot, so that's pretty cool. But he became smarter, but he's always been like that, you know. Crybaby one still. All Might, just everything still wasn't that big difference in the end. Like when it comes to like the first chapters of My Hero Academia to now we're getting to the end game, like not that much change really. Like to me, still the character development was the villains. The villains were the most interesting stories here in their background, how the world just got stored, and kind of like when Deku was even talking with All Might about with Shigaraki, look at Shigaraki's character development. He changed so much and everything, except for being this guy with this big old hand in his face. Like we see his trauma, all the stories he went through, the pain he went through, what he wanted to change society. He even asked Deku that please change everything. Like this whole reason the war started because what society kind of outcasts people and like changes people. Like Toga had like a weird Toga had a weird quirk, and everyone cast her out, even her parents. So she had no choice to be this villain character. Dobby was raised by an abusive father that wanted to push him so hard, and once he found out that he couldn't be like the hero, the the son he wanted, the hero that he wanted him to be, that he pushed him aside, giving us all his love and attention, cast him out like that. And like everyone caused these characters to change. Spinner, racism. Twice he was mentally ill. No one helped him after his doppelganger power went crazy and lost himself. And like all these people, all these villains, basically society kind of outcast them. Didn't want to help them. Like if you didn't have a good quirk, or even you're quirkless, like no one cared about you, or a weird quirk, you're an outcast and everything. So that's why this is like these group of villains teamed up with each other. Even what was it? Stain, I think Stain or something like that. That villain, that hero killer, saw the corruptness in the not the real heroes, like they're doing for profit and money and all that stuff. The fake heroes out there, and that's what the whole society, like the whole Shigaraki was abused with his father, and no one wanted to help him. Everyone turned a blind eye when he was getting beaten, and he just wanted to be a hero. And he had like a bad quirk in him as well. Just a lot of outcast, like a lot of people shun and ignored a lot of things in the society. So that's why Shigaki in the end, they even told Deku, said, "Please change things." When he died, it was one of his last words, like, "Please change." And the society. That's why he wanted this war. He wanted to. Shigaki's whole plan was to erase everything and start a new society. I believe that's what it was. Hopefully, I'm right about that, but that's how I see it. Shigaku's plan was a brutal way, but the way they were raised, like these characters weren't born evil; they were just made into these characters they are. That's why I love the villains, League of Villains, that who they are. Like society made these characters, their families and everything made these villains. So let's see what things change in the future. What we get in the coming months of not coming months, the next chapters of My Hero Academia. I don't know how many chapters we get, but that's how this story ends. Like now we see little, kind of got a little time jump, like maybe a month. I don't know how long the Deku stayed in the hospital and Baku stayed in the hospital. But it looks like they went to their school again to finish their school. Obviously, they still got to finish school, but they show some of the classmates, and like there's a lot of questions still going on. That's why this couldn't be the last chapter. Like I thought this was gonna be the last chapter, but not. Looks like Deku got like a mohawk and everything. You show a little picture in the end. They go back to the school. It's all beat up and damaged, so that haven't got fixed yet. But okay, here's the question now. Like Shoto, how's Shoto's family reacting after the death of Dabi? I'm guessing Dabi's dead. He better be dead. I swear, if he's still alive, Dabi looks so bad. He looks so beat up. No way he survived. So I'm guessing Dabi's dead. So we'll see how that goes. And how's Gravity Girl or Oraka, figure me, Deku's so girlfriend, um, affected by Toga's death. Look, she was deeply depressed. Forgive me if I mispronounce her name. Like I said, the girl with the gravity powers. I keep forgetting her name. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the heroes, so I don't remember their names frequently. But yeah, she the way remember she was best friend with Toga. Toga sacrificed her life to protect her, to bring keep her safe and heal her up. And is Toga really dead? I believe she is dead. We'll see and find out. Like we'll see who survived after the League of Villains. The Splinter still survived too. We'll see after that who was left behind. What happens to some of the League of Villain members? Like I said, the only one that I know for sure is gone. I believe Dobby's dead. I believe Toga's dead. And we already know Shigagi's gone. He's got erased. So League of Villains basically gone and good, done for now. But there might be some villains left. Who knows? Are we gonna like by the next couple of chapters? I don't know how many chapters we're gonna get. Here's some questions like, are there gonna be more villains out there? Are we gonna get a time jump? Like, are we gonna see the adult versions of all the classmates? Are we gonna get some of the answers solved? Like, is Deku the hero of everything? He's gonna get his powers back if he because how he became the greatest hero. Is Deku the greatest hero of all time? Who's the number one hero now? Like is Endeavor still is? If he's bad, he's gonna retire. Who's the new top heroes? How the world looks now after all the wars going over now? Like how's the adult heroes looking at it? Like are they all gonna retire? Like a lot of the adult heroes got messed up. You know they got jacked up. Like Morkel, the bunny girl is basically crippled. I remember she got jacked up. Eraser freaking got jacked up. A lot of these adult heroes got messed up, so they're not that many strong ones. They got like messed up in the war big time. No devs like Hawks. I don't think he can use his powers. I think his wings are clipped for good. Hawks is like down for the count. So it's like we're trying to name like Ed Shot's gone. I think that's his name. Ed Shot, the one that sewed up Baku's heart. Um, I'm trying to think more. Or Best Genius. I think he's still around. I think he's cool. He's not that bad. So I think he's still gonna be up top. Maybe be the number one hero. Who's gonna be the number one hero? I don't think Endeavor. He got messed up. He got pretty beat up. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna retire or something. Like that maybe we'll see. Like I said, there's a lot of questions still. My hair didn't get answer, and and I also want to ask you the big question right here. How are you guys feeling about all this? You know, how you feeling about how the war ended? How you feel about the League of Villain gone? How you feel about the power of friendship looks like with the last chapter. I know I probably said that last chapter, but how you feel about the power of friendship ending this war? The one punch from Deku knocking out all for one out and down for the count. How you feel that all for one basically didn't take no one out in this whole war? Did he kill anyone? Dude, this whole story, My Hero Academia. I'm trying to think if My Hero did all for one killed anybody. Nah, I don't think so. I can't remember he killed anybody. Like he for sure, like literally killed anyone, killed any heroes. I know he took some power, stole some power, like those Pussycat heroes, whatever. I know he stole some. I guess you could count because he was in part of the control of Shigaki, Stars and Stripes, and that's it. But yeah, that's it. I'm trying to think he killed any more heroes. Like he killed like a lot in the past, maybe. Yeah, but like I mean recently, like during his whole wars and everything, like killed some people. I think some guardsmen and all that stuff. But this little war right here, he didn't put no one out. Ooh, not good, not good. Like I said, Star Stripe's the only one. Like even the whole story, like I know he's been locked up. Even the first time he fought All Might, he didn't kill no one there. No heroes there. He didn't in this war. He didn't. We broke out of prison. Maybe some guards. Like Star Stripe's the only hero I know he killed for sure. Okay, he was part of Shigaraki's mind and body. So maybe if you want to count that, he killed or Shigaraki killed Star Stripes. I don't know. Whatever. Both tag team it. So so yeah, all for one. He was very hyped. All for one was very hyped in the beginning of My Hero Academia when he fought All Might. That was the best part of it. All for one. Very disappointing villain in the story. For a big time villain, yeah, very disappointing. Yeah. Shigaraki was really cool. I loved him being the main villain. He was dope. Definitely the first war we had, he was sick. This one, he was still badass. I remember he was taking on. I mean, I loved it when he kicked all for one out of his body. So I still wish he had a good fight with Deku, like more serious fight with them too. But it was cool. He had a fight with all the heroes. He was taking them on. They were trying to keep him on the ground. He was pretty cool. I just wish that they had a good serious fight 1-on-1. I kind of wish he killed All Might in front of like Deku and everything. I don't know. I feel like the heroes, like we didn't get a much hero death except for Ed Shot. Maybe some other people got. Um, we'll see who any heroes did really die, but we'll see. But yeah, ah, this war, this ending of My Hero Academia wasn't that great to me. I didn't like the power of friendship. It feels like they're this is like I feel like this war was one sided. I kind of hate that. Like I kind of wish it was a back and forth. Sometimes the villains did get the edge over the heroes, but it just I wish there was some casualties. It's a war. You're talking about war. If this was kind of like a 1-on-1 tournament or some like little things with the kids and the villains or something like that, yeah, I understand. But this is a war where all the heroes, all the villains going at it. And wars, there's death. There's always death in wars. Even Naruto, there was death in that one, the Great Shinobi War and everything. There was death in there. It has to be. There's an end game right here. This is the end of the chapter. Some of the heroes shouldn't make it. Definitely some of the teachers should not make it. Like I said, I think All Might should bite the dust maybe or done something heroic, something changing. Who knows? He did something like that. Something like that. Like I think one of the villains, Shigaraki, all for one should end them. That's why I feel. Maybe I'm deaf crazy, but me reading like Jujutsu Kaisen, like they're not scared to kill people over there. Like that's good as story. Like it's legit, it's real. You're facing a villain that's calling himself the Demon King or the Demon Lord and everything. Like all for one, calling himself the Demon Lord. They're hyping him up. He should be taking bodies down. He should be like acting like he has all his power. Like oh damn, you're done, dude. Like he should kill this ass. He should have done something. Like why you're the big time villain. Like Sukuna from freaking Jujutsu Kaisen is showing big time why if you're not checking Jujutsu Kaisen, go check him out. But the big main villain there is Sukuna is bodying people left and right. He's showing why he's the best main villain out there. Literally, like Frieza trying to go down the history of main villains. They show you why they're the main big villains out there in like their series. Aizen, he's been bodying people. Freaking, yeah, he took some bodies, and freaking same thing with Dragon Ball Z Frieza. When he first introduced him, he was supposed to be the main villain. He bodied people. Like the main villain's supposed to be bodying people. That's what I'm going with. But comment below, give me your guys' thoughts. I know I've been rambling, been going over this. It's a long video, but there's a lot to talk about with My Hero Academia. Give me your guys' thoughts. How you guys feel about My Hero Academia? Do you like it? Do you hate it? How you feel about this chapter? Give me all your thoughts. I'd like to hear it. But thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoy my video. Hit the like button, subscribe to any channel if you're new. I'll talk to y'all next time. Hope you all have a good day and a good night. Remember, stay nerdy forever. Bye.